Okay, the cosine rule angles, task 326 from MyMaths. Now, the cosine rule I remember as a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. I don't remember what it is for the angle, but I can move things around so I can pin down what the angle is. So I'm going to try and make cos a the subject of the formula, it will be called. So the first thing to do is to get this minus 2bc, be positive, stick it on the other side. So I get a squared plus 2bc cos a. So I've moved the whole thing across, equals b squared plus c squared. Now I'll try to pin this down with cos a. So first of all I'm going to get rid of this plus and the a squared. So I'm just going to take it off this side. So I've got 2bc cos a is b squared plus c squared but minus the a squared. And then finally I'm going to get rid of this 2bc here because it's multiplying the cos a and I just want cos a. So I've got cos a is equal to b squared plus c squared minus a squared all over, where am I going, over 2bc. Just looking at who's asking me questions. Right, so that's the job there. And then I could get a, I guess, by just doing cos minus 1, but I always leave that to the last anyway. So this is the formula. Now I don't personally remember that formula, but I do remember how to get to it. So I remember this one because that's one I have to remember, and I can manipulate this to get cos a to be here. So it's worthwhile having a practice of doing that bit to make sure you know this one and you can get that one. Alright. Okay, so let's put it in action then. So we've got, first of all we level up, this is going to be angle A, and side A is always opposite the angle A. So we've got B and C, doesn't matter where you put those two. So then I've got cos A is equal to, so it's B squared, 9.2 squared, plus C squared, plus 8.3 squared, minus the other 8.3 squared, yes, minus 8.3 squared, which is A squared, all over 2B and C. Okay, and then I just grab the calculator and I type that in exactly as it looks. So I've got shift, I've got 9.2 squared plus bracket 8.3 squared, and then take away, oops, I didn't close the background that one, so it's going to be a bit weird. Then take away the 8.3 squared again, so take away the 8.3 bracket squared, and I'll put that over 2 times 9.2 and then and the 8.3 as well. Okay, so that's equal to this mess, whatever that is, 46 over 83. Nice fraction there. And then to get A, so cos A turned out to be 46 over 83. That was just a nice fraction. To get A, all I do is cos minus 1, so equals inverse cos of that thing, of the last answer that I had on the calculator. That's what I'm going to go for. So then I just do shift cos minus 1 of the answer that I had before, and then it turns out to be 53, which turns out to be 56.3 something like that, but to the nearest degree is just going to be 56 degrees. And that's it, okay, for the cosine rule. So using the formula. So let's go again. So we've got label A, B, C. Doesn't matter where the B and the C go, but A has to go opposite the angle A. So now I've got, I should change the cos x, no, never mind. Cos x, cos A is equal to B squared, where's B? 12.6 squared plus C squared, 14.1 squared minus A squared, 17.4 squared, all over 2B C. Get the calculator. I've got 12.6 squared plus 14.1 squared, take away 17.4 squared, all over 2 times 12.6, and then I've got a 14.1 on the bottom. So there's again another nice fraction, 29 over 188. X is just going to equal to the cos minus 1 of that answer that I have, which is going to be equal to shift cos minus 1 of the answer, 81 degrees. Okay. The last bit, so this one, let's go for it again. Didn't really leave me enough space, a bit cramped here, isn't it? Anyway, A, B, C can be anywhere. So cos x is equal to b squared 18.4 squared plus c squared 16.5 squared minus a squared 23.6 squared all over 2 18.4 16.5. Grab your calculator, put your fraction on, bracket 18.4 squared plus 16.5 squared. I forgot to put down brackets. I always put brackets in for any sort of substitution. So that's that one. Take away bracket 23.6 squared all over 2 times 18.4, and then I've got 16.5 in brackets as well. So that's turned out that bit. So x is equal to cos minus 1 of the answer, so shift cos minus 1 of that answer, and I get 85 degrees. 84.9 rounds to 85. That's those three. Next set, so same routines all the time, same routines in maths. You learn one routine, you do it loads of times, and eventually you get all of it. So what we've got A over here, so it's angle A, we've got B and C. So we've got cos x is equal to B 10.4 squared plus 6.4 squared. Take away on to the next page. 14.8. It's my fault for putting it too close to the edge. All over 2 lots of 10.4 and 6.4. And then x equals, so I get straight the answer then, don't I? That one I've got 10.4 squared plus bracket 6.4 squared, take away bracket 14.8 squared all over 2 times 10.4, and then I've got a 6.4 as well on the bottom. So that's my answer, negative this time, doesn't really matter. Still going for it, so shift cos minus 1 over that answer, and I get this angle 121.6, 122 degrees. Okay, so don't worry if it becomes negative, as long as it's less than, between minus 1 and 1, it could be minus 1 and 1, can't go bigger than 1 for when you're doing the cos minus 1. Next one, I've got angle A, B, C, cos x is equal to BC, so 15.4 squared plus 8.1 squared minus a squared 19.3 squared all over 2 lots of the 15.4 and the 8.1. X equals. So we've got thing with the buttons now, so go on there, I guess. Bracket 15.4 squared plus 8.1 squared, take away 19.3 squared all over 2 lots of 15.4 and 8.1 equals that mess, another negative number. Shift cos minus 1 of that answer, and I've got 106 degrees, 106.2, which is just 106. And the final question I've got down the bottom here, we've got capital A, little b, little c, cos x is equal to 12.6 squared, so b squared plus c squared minus a squared 23.3 squared all over 2 lots of 12.6 and 14.6. Go for the question, fractions on the calculator. Bracket 12.6 squared plus bracket 14.6 squared. Oops, I've done something wrong now. 14.6 squared, take away 23.3 squared all over 2 lots of 12.6 and 14.6 equals that horrible fraction, but it doesn't matter because the calculator is going to sort it out for me. Shift cos minus 1 over that answer, and it turns out to be 118 degrees. X is equal to 118 degrees. 117.6 rounds up to 8. Rounds to 7 or 8. And that's it for the cosine rule, figuring out the angles. Alright, the major exercise for me is not the substituting the formulas, because that should be at this level fairly straightforward. The major exercise is getting this formula sorted out. So this is the big exercise for me. I always remember this one, a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a, but I don't remember this one, but I can quickly get there. So move that across, get rid of the a squared, get rid of the 2bc. So it's only, 1, 2, 3 steps or something to get to the actual formula I'm going to use. And then once I've got the formula, it's just a case of throwing the numbers at it. That's it, cosine rule angles. Good luck.